Hello, today I'm unboxing the turntable, which has just arrived from Amazon. I don't have much in the way of vinyl, about 20 albums I suppose. I made the big switch to CD when they first came out. So since about 1981 I've been buying exclusively CD. I recently bought a vinyl spoken word album. In fact, it's poetry. It's a selection of poems from Alice in Wonderland and something I wanted to listen to again. I like the poems on it, and I've never heard anyone, apart from the original narrator, do such a good job at narrating them. So that's what I ordered from eBay. Had it delivered in England, and my sister sent it over to me. And here it is. 45 RPM, 2 tracks on side A, 2 on side B. Probably call it an EP these days. Anyway, that's what set in motion this purchase. And I think I might actually buy a bit more vinyl. It'll be interesting to compare the sound with all the CDs that I own, and plenty of just MP3 files. Anyway, here we go. Let's get the box out of the box. It's a Retrolife brand, and the model numbers are R608-HQ-KZ006. It has 2 speeds, 45 and 33. It can be paired to Bluetooth speakers if you want, but it's also got a built-in preamp, so you can connect it to an amplifier. So I've got a couple down here, and if your amp or receiver already has a preamp, you can send a line level signal to the audio video connectors, and if it doesn't, then the turntable's preamp enables you to connect it to the phono connection on your amp or receiver. There's a USB outlet too. I think it's USB type B, the sort that you use to plug printers into computers. And that will carry a signal through to a type A plug, which you can plug into your laptop. You need software such as Audacity, which is open source and free to download, and with that you can create an MP3 file, so you can actually put your vinyl onto your iPod. The tone arm has a counterbalance weight, which I will need to set up and adjust, and the turntable is belt driven, and that requires to be installed by the user. So I'm going to open this box up and we'll see what it looks like inside, and I'll do the setting up separately and then come back when I've got a fully working version. I'm still not sure yet whether I'm going to plug it into my Yamaha receiver, which is connected to 5.1 surround sound speakers, or whether to connect it to my NAD amp, which is 20 years old. It has some very nice B&W speakers paired with it. At the moment I'm hedging my bets, and I've plugged in wires to both, and all I need to do is plug them into the back of the turntable when I'm at that stage. So, onward. Well, it's nicely packaged, box within a box. I'm going to stand up for this. There's the Perspex lid. Here we have the power supply plug and lead. So here's the deck itself. I'm going to lose these bits of polystyrene. It is very nicely packaged, very well wrapped. There. And additionally in the box, warranty information and probably some setup instructions. So my next job is to put it all together, and hopefully I'll be getting some sound out of it pretty soon. That's the unboxing completely finished and the setup done. I had a little bit of difficulty setting the counterbalance weight on the tone arm. The instructions that come with the turntable are not fantastic, and I ended up doing it a little bit more by sense and feel, so that there's enough weight on the stylus without being too much, but not so little that it skips and drifts back across the disc. I've had a chance to play some records. I had to give them a jolly good clean because they haven't been out of storage for 30 years, and I must say the sound is amazing. Probably helps that it's being played through a NAD C350 amplifier and B&W speakers, but it really is excellent. And I achieved my main objective, which was to take a copy of this little thing, which is a 45, USB cable supplied, it's plugged in the back, and I plugged it into my laptop. I'll show you what the setup looks like on Audacity using my gigantic Dell Alienware laptop, which I'm still using for most daily purposes. Plug into the USB, start, raise the tone arm, lift her across, drop it down. I'm not going to switch the amp on, so we won't hear the music, but this is Audacity. Anyone familiar with it will know how to do this. As soon as you hit record, it starts recording what's coming in through the USB cord. This is the opening bars of School, so it's that haunting harmonica which gets louder and louder. In fact, that bookends the album because it closes with the same harmonica fading out. So there we are, that's what happens when you've finished recording what you want to record. You hit stop. If you've recorded an entire side of an album and you want to preserve the individual tracks rather than one lump of a music file, you can identify where the gaps are, which is not difficult, especially when you've got louder tracks and you can see the gap in between. You can insert track numbers as labels and then export multiple and save them to wherever you like. I'm not going to do that because I have about 5 other copies of Crime of the Century, and I don't necessarily need one that cracks and pops and hisses a tad on track 1. So Crime of the Century played rather nicely. I'm going to play some Queen, try out Tubular Bells, Ian Hunter's debut solo album, probably some Status Quo, which was all I listened to nearly in the 70s. Apart from some which I'd already got rid of long ago. So I've got a new copy, 2012 remaster of David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. I've also got a 2016 copy of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and I'm looking forward to hearing those on vinyl. But the bottom line is, I think this is a fantastic piece of kit. Apart from some fiddliness with setting up the weight on the tone arm, it was easy to put together. You have to attach the drive belt to the platen. There's even a little cord that helps you do that. And all in all, a marvellous piece of kit. And I wish I'd gone back to testing vinyl a lot earlier.